What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. I wanted to get my review of All Access Mayweather Guerrero Episode 3. I had to watch the later one. I have DirecTV. I live in California, so it came on at like 7, but I was at Walmart, and I had to watch the 10 o'clock one, and I've just been busy. So I want to give you guys my review. It's pretty much the same as the first two. I really like the way they're developing this particular series. I had apprehensions, and I was a little bit hesitant because I've watched 24/7 for so long, so I didn't know if how Showtime was going to tackle it. But I really like the direction. Common seems to get better and better with his narrating, and I've said this in some of the other videos talking about All Access. One of the things that I really like is it just feels so much more natural. Like they let the characters develop and let the story develop as is, and it just has like, to me, as opposed to some of the 24/7s, maybe obviously it's harder to gauge because I've seen several episodes of 24/7 because that was around and is more popular. But from what I've seen this far and versus all the knowledge I have of 24/7, I feel Showtime does a real good job of just showing more of a balance to the fighters. Um, They show some of the gritty sides, some of the competitive sides, the tender moments with the family. In this episode, they showed Robert Guerrero, his family's away, and he had to Skype him, and he's missing his son's first year of baseball, and his son has the same name, Robert Guerrero, so Robert Guerrero Jr. And it's moments like these that we tend to forget in the fighter's life, that they get separated from their family, they miss important child moments like honor roll awards, or in this case, Robert Guerrero's son's first year of baseball. Um, and that's the type of thing that we forget, that these fighters, they definitely sacrifice going to Big Bear and Las Vegas to train and away from where they normally live. So that's commendable in terms of Guerrero and Mayweather's behalf, just the sacrifices that both fighters make. And I really like how this episode started. They had Mayweather; he was getting a shave. There was a real Untouchables type Al Capone feel. He has this lady who's using the straight razor to shave his head, and he's just talking about Guerrero. He said he doesn't really know him other than seeing some clips of him, and he's flat-footed, and it was just like a dark, like I said, the Untouchables Al Capone type moment where he's just saying what he feels about his opponent, and he said we're gonna see come May 4th, and then all of a sudden it shows him training, and they do like a little training montage. He said we the Ghostbusters, and he ends on that note, and then they show the training montage, and everybody's at the gym goofing off and dancing. The DJ's playing Ghostbusters themes when it's something strange. So everyone just, and he's like, we the Ghostbusters. Obviously, Robert, his nickname is Robert the Ghost Guerrero, so that's the reference. Um, it also showed Mayweather, his relationship a little bit more. Just the fun side. Him and his girlfriend were riding bikes, and they were filming it, and they were just racing each other home. One thing Guerrero said that I hope they're saying it to maybe throw the Mayweather camp off come fight night, but he was eating with his pops, and they were talking about the fight, and he says, Ruben Guerrero said something like, don't throw any jabs. We're going to fight him toe to toe. And Oscar De La Hoya said it, and other people have said it. If you want to beat Floyd Mayweather, most likely you would have to be a good jabber or use good jabs to set up different punches for yourself because of how defensive of a fighter he is. And from what it said, what they were saying, like I said, they could just be trying to throw the Mayweathers off the scent and have a tell the media and tell like the press one thing and have one thing shown on All Access and then come with a completely different game plan. But they were pushing this whole toe to toe thing, and he said don't throw any jabs, so I didn't really understand that angle. Another thing I like is as All Accesses keep going, it looks like they're getting more complete and more action packed. Like the first one was more story based, and the second one had some action, and this one was pretty good balance where I was entertained at least. Um, and that's really what it is. They had some other moments where Robert Guerrero Sr. he was just showing his day to day life, and he was at the flea market promoting the fight and shopping or whatever. And Robert Guerrero was saying how his dad's in his corner. One thing that I really liked is his dad was in his corner, and for his career, they decided to hire some other trainer, even though Robert Guerrero Senior, or excuse me, Ruben Guerrero was his trainer. They decided they would be best for Robert Guerrero's career to hire another trainer, and they showed him versus Diaz. They showed clips of the fight too, which is something I really like how they showed the archive footage. Out of the 24/7s, I don't remember too many archive fights where they show the actual fights, like previous fights, um, especially like the older ones. Like, um, but anyway, they replaced Ruben Guerrero with another trainer, and it's Robert Guerrero said it wasn't the same. They tried to get Guerrero to fight in a different style that didn't really suit him, and that was his first ever loss and his only loss. The one with Orlando Salido was ruled a no contest because of a drug test. So technically, that's his only loss, and then he avenged that loss and it ended up stopping his opponent. So I liked how they touched on that. And it just shows you the father's dedication. Ruben Guerrero really wants the best for his father, even though he comes across kind of brash. Everybody has their own personality, but he genuinely seems like he wants the best. He's waking his son up, like get up, playing music, and he really cares about his son's well-being and his son's career. And it looks like they have a good working relationship and a good bond between father and son. It looked like Robert Guerrero was running in the mountains, and his father looked like he was running too. So that in itself takes dedication, just to have your dad actually keeping up and running with you. That's a cool father and son tandem, I guess you could say. And then as far as Mayweather's being Mayweather, they just showed him in the gym and saying his piece. He looked pretty sharp. They also touched on why Mayweather has selected his father versus Roger, who's been with him for 16 years. And he said he started with his father, so he wants to end his legacy. He wants to end his career with his father. But he still has both of them so much a part of his camps that he gets the honor of working with both of them. So I really liked it. Like I said, that's definitely good people to have in your corner. Not only you have Floyd Mayweather Sr., you also have Roger Mayweather, and then just whatever knowledge that Floyd has, just as a fighter from experience. That's a pretty deadly trio, in my opinion. So, what do you guys think of All Access Episode 3? Leave a comment. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, is Ego signing off.